When you're going through trials in your life, you gotta speak resilience in your life.
A poem entitled I Burn the Boat by Tassima J. The boat is limiting my focus. The boat challenges my follow through. The boat is my nemesis. I burn the boat. Fearless in the pursuit, soul fire in determination, inspired in aspects of execution. Act, do, go, be. I think, therefore I am great. I am capable. I am Descartes. I am Harriet Tubman. I am Paul Laurence Dunbar. I am Carlos Slim Helou. I am Steve Jobs. I am Mark A. Davis. I am the next big thing. My Beethoven is a symphony. My rhymes write revolution. My soul breathes evolution. I am the relentless, fearless, determined. My follow through is on swole. The ashes from that which is burned, I turn into dancing. I turn into triumph. I turn into me. I follow my dreams. Follow your dreams. Hey guys, what's up, my podcast people? Hey, thank you so much for joining me for another wonderful podcast episode, Speak Resilience. And it is yours truly, Tassima, also known as Speak Resilience in the building. And I am so absolutely grateful that we're celebrating the 2021 Impact and Influence Authors Conference. We have a special guest today, our featured author for the conference. His name is Mark Davis. Mark, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Your energy is contagious and it helps me to do even better. So I appreciate you.
That's what it's all about. Speak Resilience is a blog and podcast that's dedicated to helping people overcome the unexpected. And everyone has their way of doing that. So we're going to jump right in and keep our energy flowing. And we're going to talk about the amazing work you have done with your book. Please share with our viewers all about Burning the Boat. Tell us about it.
I can't share all about because it wouldn't be people a reason to go and get it.
Exactly.
But no, it's a great read. And I don't say it because I'm the author. I've had a wonderful team of colleagues, friends, etc., who did some pre-reading before it was released and said, hey, this is a bestseller. Folks who really understand writing and messaging, but most importantly, for the message to get out there. So I'll give a couple quick highlights to encourage people to go and get it. I'm just I don't feel like an author. I've said this before on an interview previously. I just feel like I'm one of many people who have a lens or perspective or voice that needs to be shared. And so God really encouraged me a couple of years ago to share this perspective. And I knew I wasn't the only one that was feeling these things in this perspective. Also, the book is meant to encourage people through what we call this theme that's laced throughout all 10 chapters, and it's, of course, faith. But a lot of people say, well, that's a cool title. Where'd you come up with this title? So the Burning the Boat,
that's exactly my point. That's I'm like, yes.
What is this? What is he talking about here? And a lot of people, there's a lot of misconceptions about it too, like burn and swim and all this stuff. I've heard a lot of things that have been very interesting. But for clarity's sakes, Burning the Boat is basically an old story about a military leader and his troops approaching an island. Okay, in fact, they were approaching this island for a battle. And so upon approaching this island, they realized that they were far outnumbered. And the general's troops came to him and suggesting retreating because they're outnumbered, obviously in fear, but retreating in fear. So the general decided to, in short, to burn the boat, literally. And he told his troop, either we will win this battle or we'll die here on this island. So it put them in a position where we're going to die here or we will win. And so I chose this theme for the book because this is many things that we face in life. It's like, you know, the odds are against us. You know, the situation doesn't look favorable for me or whatever, or inclusive of a lack of faith. And so this thing, burning the boat, is literally in this case with the example, but, you know, our theme and from a figurative perspective is really burning the boat, facing our fears and winning our battles. Whatever the battle is, might be for you or for me or for anyone, is facing our fears and moving forward and burning the boats, and looking back is not an option. And so this book is really to push people out of their nest. I was talking to a friend of mine in Arizona a couple of nights ago. We're talking about a mutual colleague considering about stepping out onto his business. I said, the book is designed for people like him. It's really designed to push you out of your comfort zone, your nest egg, and to go for it, to burn the boat. And for people such as myself who don't have a plan B, we've been taught in life that I always have a backup plan, but faith doesn't warrant a backup plan. Faith is either you have it or you don't. And so the book is really a combination of things. There are many inspirational stories, many upon my travels, of course, internationally and locally, experiences in corporate. There are some misconceptions. I want to make it clear. The book is not necessarily a knock on corporate. I was in corporate for over 20 years. And the book is really about yourself as the reader. And from what I found and heard thus far, and the book was just released not even a week ago, as folks are diving into it, they find themselves somewhere along within the book. And that's the encouragement, but most importantly, the faith to burn that boat and move forward. So that's what the book is about. But you'll find many themes throughout the book. Faith is, again, obviously one, but it's about courage also. A lot of people, you know, when I left corporate a little over a year ago, and a lot of people say, well, you have the faith to leave, you know, nice, you know, corporate income and things like that. And without
a lot of people encourage that. You know, a lot of people are, like you said, fearful to make that kind of step. Right. It just goes to show that what you're doing with your book and the work that you put into it is going to impact so many people in every area of their lives. Right. I think for me, using the arts is my way. Paralleling consulting in arts and consulting in business is quite an interesting creature. Mm-hmm. For many of my viewers, we are the people who are professional, and yet we still want to be able to have fun. We want to be able to enjoy life and all these things. Right. So I have so many people out there that are looking to write a book and looking to start this journey, their own journey. We all have one, right? You kind of talked about that. To an aspiring writer, what would you say is the most valuable piece of advice you can offer someone when they're just starting out in this process?
I'll give you an example. That piece of advice would be stop overthinking it and thinking about, I'm writing a book. Really think about it is, what is it that I want to share with the world? What is this lens, this perspective? And for many of us who are teetering on that decision to write a book, it is often coupled with that feeling of perhaps this needs to be shared and this can be beneficial to many people, whether it's a painful experience, trauma, or whether it's through a journey or whatever. And that's usually when you're harping on that decision, it's basically you're wanting to share your voice with the world. And for folks like me, it was in an effort to encourage people to get out of the nest, right? To push them out of the nest. And so don't think about the writing a book, you know, per se as much, but just thinking about, I just need to get my thoughts out of my head. That's the authenticity with it. But not only that is the fact that your individual unique perspective out of the billions of people here on this planet, right? your voice can and should be heard. And so that's what I would tell folks to consider what you call quote unquote new author, is to just let your voice be heard. All of the other stuff, and I don't want to give too much away from the book, but if there's a person thinking about writing a book, this book is for that person too. But it's people who have these, how many people have you met in life? I hate to say this, but I was thinking about this interview the other night. I passed by a graveyard, literally. And it just, we've heard it before. And I literally thought about that. And I said, this is a relatively big church with a big graveyard. And I said, it's hundreds and thousands of people out there. How many of those people died without giving that one thing that they felt like they could do a shot? How many people? That's terrible. And so for me, but whether it's COVID-19 or me pre-COVID, it's like I started to get these feelings, and it's like we owe it to ourselves. Why not at least give yourself one shot to say, you know what, I tried it, even if I fail, but I gave it a shot, and I can go to glory, so to speak, with saying I gave it a shot. And so the book is speaking to people like that, and for whatever it is. And for some people, it's like, I'm in my 70s, but I've always wanted to go backpacking in Europe, and you can do it. Take a month and do it. And for many people, it's like, I want to start that business, whatever it is, right? Some people, it's to write a book. For me, this wasn't about writing a book. It was about telling people who want to write a book or go backpacking or do whatever, that you can do it. And like my friend in Arizona I talked with the other night, our mutual colleague, he's working for someone and he's running the company. It's a small business, but a very profitable business. And he's doing all the work. The book is meant for people to push them out of their comfort zone and said, you can do the owner stuff. God will send you, he'll send you the mechanism to figure it out. You already know how to do it. You're already running the place, right? And so a friend of mine, for example, runs a small business. And I asked him a while ago, I said, have you ever thought about just franchising it out? And he was like, well, I'm not sure if I could do that. You're already doing all the work. You manage the franchise. And so this is designed to get people to really think and give them the courage, but most importantly, coupling that with that faith to say, you can do it. And it's not about, I'm this super smart guy. It's just about certain principles and things that are outlined in the 10 chapters in the book. So
people need your book like they need water. And they want that book right now. If they want the book right now, where can they go to get the book? Even though we're inviting everyone, please come to the 2021 Impact and Influence Authors Conference. You'll see all the information at the end of the podcast to learn where to register, where to get your VIP registration also. But people are going to come anyway. But if they want that book right now, where should they go?
Easy.
Burningtheboatbook.com.
Yeah, that's
fantastic.
Yeah, you can even look at a little preview of the first chapter. I give that away as to give people an opportunity to get a snapshot of what's going to be outlined in the book. But most importantly,
we like that.
Well, if you also go to the website, there's a Burning the Boat assessment. And the question is, whether it's you, Tassima, or me, Mark, or whoever, is it time for you to burn the boat? A friend of mine in Boston took it the day my book came out, and he said, dude, I scored a 9 on the assessment, a 9 out of 10. I won't spoil it for you, but go to it. And so this would suggest that it might be time for him to burn the boat. So if you go to our website, that'll tell you a little bit more what that looks like for you, because the book is about each individual who reads it and where they are in life and what they want to do. But we all have the opportunity now. We've always had it, but this is a very clearly outlined methodical approach to help encourage people to go forward.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mark Davis, for coming on the show to talk about Burning the Boat. You guys heard it. Go to the website, check it out, get your book, buy one for a friend, buy one for a colleague, buy one for a church member. Hey, let's keep the party going. Thank you so much, Mark Davis. Thank you for joining us. Keep coming back. Keep doing the great things that you're doing. We're so grateful to have you on the show.
The last thing I will say, a friend of mine owns a small company in Texas. and she bought a bunch, but she's scared to give them to her employees because she don't want a bunch of people out quitting. So I said, well, maybe I've created this initiative or this movement, so to speak, but it's really to get people to wake up, open your eyes, and dream, and just go for it. So if we've learned,
we have a lot of dreamers out there.
Yeah, and we should. If we're not dreaming, then that's we got to be dreaming. It gives us something to wake up to and something to feel like we're in pursuit, to live for. So thanks again for the opportunity.
Thank you. Hey, make it a great day, everybody. I want to send a special shout out to Jimbo for the intro and the outro and the podcast. And thank you guys so much. Check me out on all the social media platforms. And don't forget to go to www.speakresilience.com. Thank you so much, you guys. Again, I'm Speak Resilience, and we're out. 3 things. Register for the 2021 IIAC at LadyKnightEnterprisesPublishing.com. Attend for free all weekend, March 26th through the 28th at the Embassy Suites Gwinnett, 2029 Satellite Boulevard, Duluth, Georgia. You can also find info on how to buy a book from one of our featured authors, become a VIP member, and become a vendor if slots are still available. Check out Firefly Poetry Night with DJ Stacks B on the 1s and 2s, held every second Wednesday at Gillies The Spot, 4343 Dunwoody Parkway in Dunwoody, Georgia. Our featured poet of April is Q. Come and check her out. Stacks B Entertainment provides entertainment on Friday nights and Sundays, so check out stacksb.com. Don't forget to follow her, like her, tweet her, subscribe, and support her, sister. For more info on this and all